We are live in the Madhouse. It is Monday night once again. I am your host, Tommy Marr. This is the Maverick Soul Hour. And boy, we got a good one tonight. I promise you, promise you, promise you. And it's going to be a very relaxed atmosphere. I'm even on a different set tonight. I want it to be me and my buddy hanging out in the, let's say a lodge somewhere. But we're not skiing. We're just hanging because we don't want to be skiing. So let me just talk as usual about the week. Well, first of all, this is a rough day for me. This is the day that my dad passed away, and I've had a rough day with it. But God, I know, Dad, you're up there. I'd like to dedicate this show to you. I love you, and I miss you. And all right, let me move on. I definitely want to thank my guests. Last week, as you guys know, we were snowed out, and that's why we're here tonight. We're doing the same show because I love this woman so much, and she's not only somebody I admire, she's a very dear friend of mine, and I will be introducing her in a moment. But I want to talk about my guest, my last show, Mr. Andre LaSalle. And Andre, I can't thank you enough. That was one of the most, I don't know, man, it just put me in such a nice, beautiful mode and mood. That guitar playing with Mr. George Fedden's guitar, acrylic guitar, George, with his acrylic guitars. Man, you made that thing just sing and sing and sing. Beautiful. Andre, can't thank you enough. Love having you here. I know we're going to be doing something in the studio together. Can't wait to do that. So let's get on that one. And I also would like to thank Mr. Guitar George Fedden, who did bring the guitars down and also was a guest on that show. And anybody that knows George and knows what he does, he makes these unbelievable acrylic guitars. He actually has one hanging in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in Cleveland. And George is a great guy, also family here at Madhouse. And it was just a great show. So, and I also want to say, once again, because anybody that lives in the tri-state area that wants to see a great show and be entertained by one of the most dynamic entertainers around, Miss Amber Ferrari and Joplin's Pearl, which will be doing a show at the Theater 3 in Port Jefferson on February 22nd. If you don't have your tickets yet, you're crazy, because it's going to be really, really good. Every show is different. Amber is a dynamo. She is a very great friend of mine. The whole band is. I've done many shows with them. I'm really looking forward to this show because she just, you want to feel good. It's a Saturday night. Go buy yourself a ticket, and I promise you, you will feel good. So that's about it on that. We're going to take a quick break, and we're going to come back with one of my buddies and a dear, dear friend and one of the greatest talents I've ever heard, Miss Perrita Kitson. And we will be right back with the Maverick Soul. Get yourself tight, get yourself comfortable, get nice and comfortable, because you got a nice fireplace going here. Sit back, relax. It's going to be a good one. I promise you. We'll be right back.
YesWeCare.net is a 501c3 charity that provides help to veterans and their families. Please visit YesWeCare.net and donate in any way you can by purchasing our beautiful frame prints or relaxation CDs and DVDs, even smooth jazz CDs. YesWeCare.net. Remember, our troops are on their way home. They need all the support they can get. YesWeCare.net.
Are you planning an event and want to include entertainment, but you're not sure where to turn?
Act1Entertainment.net has provided over 1,500 events with quality, affordable live entertainment at private parties, corporate affairs, festivals, bike rallies, and more. Act 1 will fit into your budget. They're friendly, reliable, and do all the legwork for you. They take all major credit cards. Log on to Act1Entertainment.net for a free, no-obligation price quote, or call 631-758-3505 for a brochure.
You'll be happy you did.
Thank you.
For professional motorcycle transport and towing, think Kickstart Fabrications Motorcycle Towing. Proudly serving all of Long Island, we feature expert handling and 24/7 service. So send a limo for your toy with Kickstart Fabrications Motorcycle Towing.
I am Tom Mealy for the Harrison Law Group, and I have been telling you for years that getting involved in an automobile accident is no joke. This is what we do. We're not new at this game. If you've been involved in an accident of any kind and you go to a law firm that says you have no case, it's simple. It's because they can't do it and they don't get it. You need to call us directly at 1-800-INJURY-LAW.
We are back with the Maverick Soul, and like I told you, we are going to have a very, very, very special show. And ladies and gentlemen, I want to introduce not only a great talent, but a great friend of mine, Miss Perrita Kitson. Perrita,
Yes,
let's
darling.
start with a toast. You and I,
Happy
God
New
bless
Year
to
to
you.
life, darling.
it's only water. Don't get excited.
Yeah, don't get it twisted.
But Perrita, I've known actually since the beginning of Rickety,
Correct.
which we will not go into right now. But I was actually fortunate to see this thing from birth until now. So it's a great story.
And it's about
But
to give birth.
I want to go back. I want to go back to your childhood.
Okay.
Now I know that your mom and dad were very influential to you in the music that was being played in your home.
Oh, well, yeah, they just
And-
had what their favorites.
And before I even go any further, you want to say something to your mom
Oh,
and dad?
yes. Happy 55th anniversary. It's this year. We're in the year, and I'm acknowledging it now. I'm still going to be there for dinner on the actual date, but I just have to say happy anniversary to my mom and dad who've been together for 55 years. Woo-woo! Greatest examples in the world. Greatest examples. I love you.
Well, happy anniversary to you both, and God bless you. I mean, because that's phenomenal nowadays. 55 years, you're lucky you get 5 minutes nowadays. But happy anniversary. Now, like I know I grew up in a house with music, and I know I had 2 older brothers. I still have 2 older brothers. But and my father. I mean, my father used to play one of his favorite groups ever was the Ink Spots. So I grew up, with the Ink Spots and Jimmy Roselli, and not that it's I do listen to the Ink Spots. So I do have a CD in my car that I do
listen to
actually
them too,
because
so.
it brings me back to my dad, and like especially on a day like
And
today.
they were a great group, too. so.
Today's the day he passed, and
Yeah, and I'm so sorry to hear that.
yeah, it was my best friend, and
Wow.
but I'm sure, like in your house, in my house, you had music, and I could see here Sam Cooke and Nat King Cole was. I
Yes.
mean, you know who's on my answer when you call my phone, you get Sam
Long
Cooke.
time coming, but change is
That's
gonna
right.
come. Yeah, my dad loved to listen to Nat King Cole, and my mom used to tell me as a child he would actually sing it to me when I was a baby. But him and my mom used to listen to Beethoven, Mozart. They used to listen to a lot of classical music, a lot of Motown.
Mm-hmm.
But forever, we would listen to the Motown, but along with like Nat King Cole, it was just like.
Well, I mean, Nat King Cole
Oh,
will never
please.
go old.
Never.
Never. I mean,
Never.
and especially Christmas time. I mean,
Well,
my God.
Yeah. Chestnuts roasting is like his.
I mean,
National-
I
national
remember,
Christmas
I
song, I
don't
think. Uh-huh.
know if you remember, but I remember as a kid, Nat King Cole had his own TV show, like the
Yes,
the
no,
Ed Sullivan
no,
show.
yes,
and,
yes, he
and
did.
I did not grow up in a prejudiced family. I did not at all.
Right.
My father he loved. There was
All
no color,
music.
and
Music
and he
has
loved.
no
he,
color, isn't
and
that
I grew
awesome?
up in a town
Yes.
that was prominently black, and so there was none of that in my home.
Right.
And thank God. And we watched that show, and I never watched it as, a different person or a different color or anything. I remember watching it.
Presentation of
Just
music.
even I won't do it on air, but later on I'll do my Nat King Cole impersonation.
Impersonation.
Yeah, I can do them pretty good. But that's where the base of everything
Yes.
started
Yes.
in your home, which is probably in most people, or they were out in the garage, playing something. But you also started playing the violin, right?
Yes, at a
And-
very young age.
And actually there was teachers that were very influential to you, right?
Oh, yes.
There was Mrs. Kaufman.
She was she was a sweetheart, and I loved her so much. She was very, very particular about making sure I practiced, and I did. I didn't care how it sounded to anybody, because I know when I got back to her, she would know. She could tell if I practiced or did not.
But I could see the joy in your face just talking about her.
Oh, yeah,
that-
she's a sweetheart.
Because
I miss-
you might not
oh.
be where you are if it wasn't for
Exactly,
Mrs. Kaufman. You know what I
right.
mean? There should be a lot more Mrs. Kaufmans in the
Yes,
world.
they
you know?
should.
There
They
really
are out
should.
there. I know they are.
Oh,
out
they're
there.
definitely out there. It's just that we're cutting everything in the school so that, music, sports, and everything, God
Please
forbid.
support the music to stay alive.
Whatever-
Please
yeah,
support
definitely
music to stay live.
Don't let them take music out of your schools, whatever you do. I don't know whatever happened to this lottery money, because I would really I'm going to say it on air, I would love someone to really do some investigations about this lottery money that was supposed to originally go 100% for the school systems. They should be built of 24-karat gold bricks. I mean, are you kidding me? You know the money every week that
Darling,
just
if
never
you
mind
don't
a year.
have it in writing,
Oh my God!
Don't
Where
stand up to
where
it.
is that money? I really mean that. Get Geraldo Rivera or somebody to find out where that money is. Okay.
All right.
And you had a lot of influences as a child,
Yes.
and then you actually you won a contest, right, to go to Boston Conservatory of Music.
for free violin lessons, which were intense, because that's where I got a lot more of my basis besides Miss Kaufman.
Right.
A basis which she built me on, and then a foundation even more so in classical music and just in theory, a lot of
Yeah,
theory.
yeah.
So then from there, I just joined a lot of orchestras and bands, and that's what I did. And I wasn't singing then.
And you wanted to bring up another group, right?
Yes. No, actually, it was after
That
I
was
started
later on?
singing. Yeah, it was after I started singing. But the person who was influential in me actually singing was Mr. Charles Wright, and he was from North Carolina.
I got Charles down here.
He was very influential, because I sat in his room when they were actually cutting down on the band. Well, it wasn't cutting down. There weren't enough people for a whole band. So they were like, okay, go sit in the chorus room and for that period. And I was like, I don't want to sit in the chorus room, but I did. I sat there and I watched, and he conducted the choir. And then after my first year there, the second year, he was like, I want you to come back and I want you to sing with us. I was like, oh, I don't know. I love to
Well,
sing.
he brought you out for your first solo, right?
Not only did he bring me out for my first solo, he put me on TV. My first TV show. Remember
Smart
that, Mom
man.
and Dad? Remember that? Yeah, he was quite influential.
So there's another person that deserves a lot of kudos.
Mm-hmm.
I guess my thing is hanging out here. I don't know. But and then we have Aunt Joyce was also.
Yes,
You didn't know,
no,
right?
my father's sister informed me. My Aunt Joyce, Auntie Joyce, was the one who informed me that my father's mother was a gospel singer, and I was like, huh? Did I miss something here? I had an interest in the violin playing. I didn't sing, and then I had an interest in singing through Mr. Wright, who was, directing me to sing and actually helped me to bring out of me what was, to express myself. And then my aunt tells me, did you not know that you're, and I was like, no, Daddy, did you miss telling me that?
I do want to ask you a question now.
Yes.
I did a little research on you.
Okay.
Now, this I want to know. I read somewhere that your dad had made a record,
An album. A whole
and
album.
that you, when you found out about it, you approached him, and he tore it up. Is that true?
Yeah, it is.
And
Daddy, I had to say it.
did you ever get to hear it?
I did hear it before I
thank
told
God.
him about
Actually, you know what? That actually had me upset when I read that. I just wanted to
it.
know that you did hear it.
Well, it upset me when he tore it up after, but I realized at that time he did not want anything to influence me to go in the direction of the singing. See,
Right.
the violin was a different form of expression, and but the singing actually
He knew it was a tough racket.
Yeah, he knew. Well, he knew. He did know. And you know what? That was just him being a dad and protecting me.
That's cool.
You know, yeah, well, you know, protection first. And I love him for it because, it wasn't until it actually took me overseas and everywhere I was at, I called him, that he was like, okay, you serious about this, huh? I'm like, yeah, Dad, I'm not, playing. I'm in this to win this.
You sure are. and well, I also want to say some of your influences, Johnny Mathis, Jackson 5, Aretha Franklin, the Beatles, Ella Fitzgerald, the Crusaders, the Temptations, which is...
Say no more.
I actually got to go on stage with them twice, so...
I actually worked...
Dragged out of the audience, with my girl,
But that's cool.
I was on stage with
I did a party for them up in Connecticut, and I didn't even know we were warming up the stage for them. And so when they came on, I sat right down there and enjoyed myself because I was like,
to me,
ooh.
To me, they were so influential to me.
To so
And
many.
It was not just how good they sang, it was just how they performed, how they dressed. Like Bruno Mars at the Super Bowl, I was like, bring it on home, man, bring it on home.
I thought he did a really excellent
I thought
job.
it was. I even wrote right away. Brought back the old school right there.
Yes.
And what a reaction he got from that, because I'll tell you, that kid, he got it. It was like James, like one of the Temptations broke out with James's legs,
He did a really
it
good
was
job.
phenomenal.
Great.
But also Billy Preston, Barbra Streisand,
Yes.
The Miracles.
My first song that
Oh,
I
The
ever learned to
Miracles.
sing, that Mr. Charles Wright was directing me to perform, was Evergreen by Barbra Streisand. So it is like my first. It's actually very popular at a lot of weddings too.
Did you ever
So-
hear Luther do Evergreen?
Yes, I
Oh.
did. Of course.
One of my that video that he did. Well, that's another story. But Luther
To be continued.
Luther's one of my all-time favorites.
There's so many. He's awesome. Great,
And then
great.
and on the classical side, you had Beethoven, Mozart, and then even Nancy Wilson. I mean,
I just,
But see, that's what's great about you. You're so diverse in everything, and that's, I think, when you make the stew and you got the pot there, the more ingredients you got in it, the better the soup's going to be. You know what I mean? And,
yeah, I like that.
And you have a lot of different, like a lot of people are influenced in one genre, of whether it's rock or this or that or whatever it be. See, this is what really makes a good beef stew right here. You know what I mean? You got every angle covered,
Yeah,
and
I
it
love
shows.
I love all those various people for the various things that they did.
And it shows in the way you handle yourself, in the way you perform, and in how good you are, because they had you practicing. It was no joke, And it's a little different nowadays, but I think they could do a lot with your vocals that where you don't need that. Like we just had a little quick sound check here. Perrita says, I want no effects on my voice. I want it dry, and I'm going to just blow, and it's going to be right. So don't worry about it. And
Now I didn't say that, but that's what I was thinking. I don't like a lot of stuff
I'll say
on
that
my mic.
because
I don't like a lot of stuff on my
No.
mic, because you can also add that when you're playing it back. But I like a lot of the engineers I work with. I don't like a lot of the.
yeah.
But they add it after to do whatever for the record. That's fine.
Yeah, well, I don't like
to a
that,
certain
like
effect.
that, and I'm
But
not
live,
knocking anybody or anything, but like the Britney's wah 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 and the Madonna thing wah wah wah. I don't
Just
care.
different. I know different styles.
I guess
different
yeah,
styles.
it's all good. And now I just want to talk about a couple people that you have worked with also.
Okay.
I mean, you have worked with Stephanie Mills.
Yes, I
which
opened up for her.
I'll tell you something. I forget who she opened for, but I saw her. It might have been Luther. Because I've seen Luther so many times, it's ridiculous.
It wouldn't surprise
But
me.
I never really realized how good she was. I didn't know her
You
really
mean till
other
you
than...
saw her live? You heard her music.
Yeah.
But then you saw her live.
Yeah.
Isn't it
Well,
amazing
you
how
think
people
of,
take on like Jonathan Butler?
you
I
know her
heard
from
so
Broadway,
much about him. Yeah,
from
right.
Broadway,
Well,
so you didn't really know her as a great vocalist, I mean, she is amazing. You played Liza Minnelli.
yes.
I mean-
her and Linda Hopkins. Liza Minnelli. Linda Hopkins was considered her godmom, but Linda Hopkins was a godmother to so many. And it was right when she was doing Black and Blue here in the city of Manhattan. So Liza would come over after Mama would finish with her show, Black and Blue, and Mama would cook on Sundays. And the Broadway,
You had to be there
come on,
Sunday.
Mama, listen.
There was
And
no,
it
there
was
was
at
no,
a
I'm
place
not coming.
right on the corner of 9th Avenue and 42nd Street. And Mr. Don, he was the gentleman who owned the bar, and he always had to keep Mama there because she loved it, and she'd come there singing on Why, kick off her shoes, and when she put her finger in the pot, you could forget about it. It was a wrap.
Yeah. And I mean, and you also, you performed with Bill Cosby.
Bill Cosby and Barbara Walters at the NAACP defense ceremony at Carnegie Hall.
Phoebe Snow.
Chaz and Wilson's in Manhattan. Yes, Miss Phoebe. Oh, awesome
And
performer.
amazing that you worked with songwriters Diana Warren,
And Desmond
which is, I
Child.
mean, probably the biggest in the business.
Oh, and Desmond, call me now. I want that
And
song you
Desmond
wrote for
Child.
me. Yes.
Yes,
Because
yes.
I'm doing this rock band project now. So
I know.
He wrote a song for me at the time when I was doing under another group called the Stingers.
Mm-hmm.
I was with them, and he wrote a song for me, and he told me words. I quote Desmond that when I'm in a rock band, that you give me that song, and I'm ready for it.
Well, we're going to move along here because I certainly don't want to run out of good time here. Do we have to go to a quick commercial? All right, we're going to take a quick commercial. We're just getting warmed up, folks. Let me tell you something. I could sit here for 12 hours with this young lady, and that's no lie. We'll be right back. Hang in there. Keep yourself tight. We'll be back with the Maverick Soul and Miss Perrita Kitson.
This is Beth.
Hi.
Oh, congratulations. When are you due?
I'm not pregnant.
Oh, look at that. Excuse me.
You're totally thin.
You look very sexy.
For life's bleachable moments, all it takes is 3/4 of a cup.
Stop the truck! Stop the truck! Thank you.
YesWeCare.net is a 501c3 charity that provides help to veterans and their families. Please visit YesWeCare.net and donate in any way you can by purchasing our beautiful frame prints or relaxation CDs and DVDs, even smooth jazz CDs. YesWeCare.net. Remember, our troops are on their way home. They need all the support they can get. YesWeCare.net.
I am Tom Mealy for the Harrison Law Group, and I have been telling you for years that getting involved in an automobile accident is no joke. This is what we do. We're not new at this game. If you've been involved in an accident of any kind, and you go to a law firm that says you have no case, it's simple. It's because they can't do it and they don't get it. You need to call us directly at 1-800-INJURY-LAW.
We are back in the madhouse. This is Tommy Marr, and you are on the Maverick Soul Hour. And like I said, great show, great great, wonderful friend of mine, Miss Perrita Kitson. And I want to start moving things along because I don't want to cheat you guys out of anything. I'm actually throwing the notes away, and we're going to just talk. So, Perrita, now you've done all these things. I've seen you in R&B groups. I've seen you with Uppercut, which amazing. I actually.
Oh, those are one of the guys I'm gonna have. I want them to come on your show too. So
they're more than welcome. And phenomenal band, phenomenal. Great musicians.
Excellent horn band, but they have a great front too, Mr. Fred Washington.
They absolutely do.
Yeah,
But
John
the two of you together.
Belfast.
But I want to even go by that now.
Okay.
I know if you guys have been listening to the show and you heard the background of Perrita, we're going to take a left turn. Perrita's going into rock and roll. Okay? Now, another great friend of mine and one of the greatest guys and greatest gentleman you'll ever meet in your life, Mr. Randy Pratt. He is such a phenomenal human being, not only what he does for people, but what he does for animals. He's a great guy. If you guys want a treat, go back in the archives of my show and check out part 1 and part 2 of my tour and night with Randy in his Electric Randy Land, which is his home, and you will be blown away.
It's a museum. It's a museum of art.
It's beyond a museum
and
because
he's
it's
quite
not.
the artist. So
you go from here's the bass amp room where he's got every amp owned by everybody. You got Zeppelin's Jimmy Page's first amp that he used for Zeppelin 1 and the first tour in America with Zeppelin. He's got a piano that Janis Joplin, Jim Morrison, Jimi Hendrix, everybody played. It's just, check it out if you.
Museum.
But Randy is a great man, and what I love what Randy does is he's a hustler. And I mean, I don't mean it in a bad way, I mean it in a good way. He's a hustler where he's getting guys, and he has ideas in his head, and he's brought back many older groups that were kind of like gone, and he brought them back. And
like Cactus,
Vanilla Fudge. I mean, and I'm not saying they were gone, I'm just saying,
no.
but he brought light to them.
Reunion, and after 30 years.
Yes.
He brought them back together.
Randy,
Cactus.
His life is music, and
definitely.
He's an inventor and an innovator, and he had this idea of putting this group together called Rickety,
and he's a stylist too, because he dresses.
Oh man, he is vintage Randy.
Woo!
Vintage Randy. My man. And you still got to give me that suit, Randy. You know which one I'm talking about. You know, the shark skin. But Randy incorporated Perrita into a rock band, which is called Rickety. Now, I actually have had the privilege of seeing from their first show. I was at your first show,
at BB King's.
And I was at just about every show.
Yep.
And they also did my 60th birthday party.
Yes, at the
Blue Parrot. Right. And did my band open? I did my band open. My band opened.
Your band opened.
Yeah.
Your band was.
And it was a phenomenal night.
It really
and
was.
It was just great. And my biggest birthday present that night, other than my woman Janine, but my biggest birthday present that night was they do a song called Maverick Lover. And for my birthday, they changed the words to Maverick Soul
Hour.
And that was cool. So, Perrita,
yes.
When this all happened, were you hesitant about doing this? Did you feel like you were stepping out of your place?
No.
No?
No, it was just that I had to learn what Randy wanted me to do in the band. So after, it didn't take me long because he just told me, he told me to be me.
Well, I do remember one thing. I remember being at Randy's house and him telling me about how he was sitting you down and making you watch, not making you, but you were sitting down.
Live rock bands.
Aerosmith,
Yep.
you know, every great
Deep
lead.
Purple.
Yeah, every great
Glenn
lead
Hughes
singer.
is a lot. I've loved Glenn Hughes in general. So, I mean, but to actually watch the band.
To get the feel.
Yeah, to get the feel live on stage
Right.
because, you know, either in R&B or jazz
It's a
or
different ballgame.
blues, I like to work the stage. And
Yeah.
at first I thought he was trying to tell me, but I got it wrong, Randy. I'm saying it for the record. I thought he wanted me to just, you know, because some rock bands, you just have a singer who just stands there and
Right.
sings, you know. But I can move around. And now that I'm back on my feet, after I had just a little major situation happen, and now that I'm feeling better and I'm back on my feet, it's on.
It's on.
Which the
you know
videos
what?
will show you.
I'll tell you what. What
What?
do you say we go to a video and
Okay.
give you a little taste of what I'm talking
Yeah,
about?
and these are works, they're works in the
Yes,
rough.
these are works in
Trust me,
progress.
but- yeah, works in progress.
Nothing's finished, but
Yes.
it'll give you a little taste of what we're talking
A
about.
glimpse, just a
so,
glimpse.
here we go.
Hi, my name is Dr. Tom Dow. We have a multidisciplinary practice in Melville and Ronkonkoma, New York, and we treat patients with many, many different conditions, from newborns through geriatric patients with numerous different techniques. There's a technique and a type of treatment for every class of patient. We have them all here. Here's my son Thomas, also a doctor of chiropractic, working on one of our patients' cervical spine. This patient has had chronic neck pain for many, many, many years, has been to a multitude of different practitioners with little or no response. And with our specialized techniques, she has improved tremendously and continues to improve on a daily basis. We have two practices, one in Melville and one in Ronkonkoma, New York. We are a multidiscipline chiropractic office. What that means is we have chiropractors, massage therapists, acupuncturists, psychologists, all working as a team and a network of outside professionals such as orthopedists and neurologists that we work hand in hand with to help determine what your injuries are and the best way to treat your injuries. I have the great pleasure of having my son in practice with me. We work hand in hand, father and son, to give our patients the best care possible, and a staff which is loving, caring, and you'll never have to wait at all in our office for service. Many times patients come into our office and they have what's called a soft tissue injury. Soft tissue injuries are like scars inside your body. If you've ever been cut on the outside of your body, you get a scar. The same thing happens inside of your body to your muscles and ligaments. So our job is to determine where those are, stretch the muscles, adjust the vertebra back into their correct position, and then refortify the normal structure with exercise. That's what we do best, and I hope someday you'll come see us at one of our two offices. Thank you.
I
your money maker. Little Perrita Kitson right there with Rickety. That was B.B. King's. I was sitting right in the front row about 6 inches from her at that show.
Madhouse crew was there.
We were all there. All the Madhouse was there that night. And a couple other nights you were there, too.
Yes, that's right. Most of our shows you guys were at.
That's a little taste. That's a little taste. Like the first video you saw is still a work in progress, so there's a little to do on that one. But I do love that second song, and
Me too.
it gets my money maker moving. I don't know if I got a money maker anymore, but it's moving. But I just know that they are going to create something very special for the world to see, and this woman right here is a big part of that. And,
and it's actually going to be dropping very, very soon, like within the month, I should say. I can say within 30 days.
And I know
I'm
Randy
hoping.
said that they're going to drop it on my show. Yeah.
Party right here, party back here.
Is that correct there, Mr. Angelo? That's what Randy told me anyway. We're going to drop that album right on my show, the Maverick Soul Hour.
Definitely.
So I don't know. We have a little more time here before we get you up and show the other side of Miss Perrita, which is a side that I love also because I grew up with that. I used to do an R&B show myself.
I can't
for 8
wait till they
years.
let me interview him because you know what? This man has a story to tell. Don't get it twisted. He interviews people every week right here on Madhouse TV. But this man has a story, and y'all gonna hear it because I want to host. I hope they'll let me.
You
but
got
I want
it.
to host.
You're done.
I want to host when
it's
to
done.
bring it out because
It's
this man
done.
has a story to be told.
It's done.
Definitely.
You got it.
Okay.
Maverick Lover. We're going to change the name of the show that night.
to Maverick
The
Lover.
Maverick Lover.
Hey.
The Maverick Lover Hour
That's
with
cool.
Perrita.
I'm with that.
That's cool.
That's cool.
So I know that that you guys are off on a journey that's going to, I think it's going to take you to some really, 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 really great places. I know with the insight and the push, because Randy is a worker. That guy is a worker.
Actually, Paul Gifford, Mr. Paul Lattimore, Mr. Teddy Rondinelli, Mr. Neil Cicillo, they are
Monster.
all
Neil the Monster.
They're all.
You guys all got to get that
They're all
name.
hard workers. They all are hard workers, and you know what? We're in it to win it. So we in it. We're not
Yeah.
new to this. We're true to it. Right?
There you go.
This my
There you
bro.
go.
I
There
can
you
say
go.
that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And, you know, the thing that I like about it is that, you know, I know where all you guys come from. I know the experiences that you have. And it's nice to see that stew come into that pot, you know. And
Mix it all up.
It's very different. It's I know the first time I saw you, I believe you were out in Katie's, and I didn't know you at that time, and I remember telling Janine, I said I got to go see this. I got to go see this because I just wanted to see. You know, first of all, when a woman, and it has, believe me, you know I'm not a feminist, but when a woman's fronting a rock band, not a blues band, but a rock band,
You gotta come
you know,
with it.
and knowing who was in the band, it was just something I had to go see, and I just liked that it was so different and so new because you know we need that. You know, it's.
And
just,
isn't that really what music is about? It's not just like, you know, you have tribute bands, and,
Right.
they're great at what they do, but we're coming from, we do a couple of covers, but we're coming from a classic rock.
right?
Totally classic rock.
Well, we're
and
coming,
that was
you know,
Randy's,
we're coming
Randy's
back
point. He wanted classic
from the
rock.
deepest Mississippi blues. You know, it all comes from somewhere. You know, and
Yes.
and it came from different states. You know, I love the history of music.
Yeah, me
I
too,
love
me too.
love it. And you know, like when you hear B.B. King and you know Chuck Berry and all, and this came from here, and that came from this part of the country, and that came from this guy heard that, and he brought it in here. You know, that's how you make the soup. You know, and
Yes,
you guys are
universal.
making a new soup right now, and
Yes.
I'm digging it, and I like it, and I like where I like Randy's vision, and I just like that. You know, it's a no holds barred with him. You know, it's like let's go, man.
He's in it to win it, honey.
Put
He's
it in.
to win
Let's
it.
nail it to the floor. Well, listen. Now I'm going to take a little quick break. We're going to set up the microphone here for Miss Perrita. Is there anything else that you want to talk about before we go to commercial and get
No,
you?
but I just want to encourage people and process it when I'm saying it to other people, and I'm also saying it to myself. Sometimes people kind of just, you know, they have this one kind of look or view of you in terms of doing. Let nobody Let nobody rob you of your joy. And proceed to follow your destiny, which is if you want to do all forms of music, then do it. Let nobody rob you of your joy. Nobody.
Yeah. And be who you are.
Absolutely.
Don't be
somebody else.
What someone wants you to be.
Yes.
Be who you are.
Yes.
Okay? And now you're going to see another side of this young lady that is going to blow you away. So we're going to take a quick break, and I promise you, get settled. If you're with a woman or a man or whoever you're with that you might love, get tight because you're going to really enjoy this part. We'll be right back with the Maverick Soul and Miss Perrita Kitson.
For professional motorcycle transport and towing, think Kickstart Fabrications Motorcycle Towing. Proudly serving all of Long Island, we feature expert handling and 24/7 service. So send a limo for your toy with Kickstart Fabrications Motorcycle Towing.
Dad, where do babies come from?
Well, there's Dad's big, shiny rocket ship. That's right, it's filled with babies of all kinds. And when the shiny rocket ship penetrates, Mommy and Dad goes, and when the time is just right, there's a space launch.
All systems go.
Babies of all kinds, released all over the place. Yeah, Africa. Mommy's Babylandia. That's right, it's filled with babies. After an amazing 9 months, babies. And that, son, is where babies come from.
But Jake said babies come from
Planet Babylandia.
You go,
play with us on the bus.
The wheels on the bus go round and round, round and round, round and round.
Wheels on the bus go round and round, all through the town.
This is Beth. Hi. Oh, congratulations. When are you due?
I'm not pregnant.
Oh, look at that. Excuse me.
You're totally thin.
You look very sexy.
For life's bleachable moments, all it takes is 3/4 of a cup.
Stop the truck! Stop the truck! Thank you.
Brooklyn's best locksmith and hardware.
We have 3 of the largest showrooms of safes on display and in stock. You can see and touch them in person instead of browsing a catalog. We carry gun and rifle safes, burglary safes, jewelry safes, fire rated from a half hour to 2 hour. Famous name brands.
We sell Gardol.
We sell AMSAC.
The new AMSAC touchscreen.
If you're ever in need of a safe, think Brooklyn's best locksmith and hardware. Right, Lockie?
That's right, Alan.
Are you planning an event and want to include entertainment, but you're not sure where to turn?
Act1Entertainment.net has provided over 1,500 events with quality, affordable live entertainment at private parties, corporate affairs, festivals, bike rallies, and more. Act One will fit into your budget. They're friendly, reliable, and do all the legwork for you. They take all major credit cards. Log on to Act1Entertainment.net for a free, no-obligation price quote, or call 631-758-3505 for a brochure.
You'll be happy you did.
For professional motorcycle transport and towing, think Kickstart Fabrications Motorcycle Towing. Proudly serving all of Long Island, we feature expert handling and 24/7 service. So send a limo for your toy with Kickstart Fabrications Motorcycle Towing.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is with great honor that I get to introduce one of my really, really dear friends. And let me tell you something, you're in for a real treat. Turn on the candles, turn down the lights, gonna be all right. Miss Perrita Kitson.
Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. Looking out on the morning rain, I was kind of feeling uninspired. And when I knew I had to face another day, Lord, it made me feel like I'm feeling right now, a little tired. Until the day I met you, life was so unkind. But it was your love that gave me a true peace of mind. 'Cause you make me feel, you make me feel, you make me feel like a natural woman. When my love was in the lost and found, you came along and claimed it. When I did not know what was wrong with me, a dozen roses, a kiss on the cheek, help me name it. Now I'm no longer doubtful of what I'm living for. If a man loves a woman and a woman loves a man, there's either need to do more. You make me feel, you make me feel like a natural woman. Oh, baby, 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 look what you done to me. What you done to me. Ooh, you make me feel good inside. Wanna be. I wanna be close to you 'cause you know how to make me feel alive. I say you make me, hey, hey. You make me feel, feel like a natural woman. Yeah, you make me, I said you make me feel like a natural woman. I said you make me feel, baby. You make me feel, baby. You make me feel like a natural woman. Oh, sometimes when it rains, a woman can take away a man's hurt and pain. Happy Valentine's Day to each and every one of you. That's from me and the MadhouseTV.com. Thank you. that it won't. Here in the time, in these final hours, I will lay down my heart and I'll feel the power, but you won't. No, you won't, 'cause I can make you love me if you don't. Da, 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 ooh, yeah. I close my eyes so I can see the love you feel when you're holding me. Morning will come and I'll do what's right. So give me till then to give up this fight, and I won't give up this fight. Oh, 'cause I can make you love me if you don't, baby. You can make your heart feel something that it won't. Here in the time, in these final hours, I will lay my heart down and I'll feel the power, but you won't. No, you won't, 'cause I can make you love me if you don't. Yeah, yeah. I can make you love me if you don't, baby. I can, you can, I can make you love me if you don't. If you don't.
You just made me love you. I want to thank you because you just made a very sad day a very beautiful day.
God bless. Thank you. Other cheek to be complete. Let me do my other cheek.
I can't thank you enough, Perrita. I love you and thank you because you really did make my day.
You made mine too, trust me.
Thank
I love
you.
you, Madhouse TV and crew.
We'll see you next week. We got another good one, Miss Amber Ferrari next week. Hang in there, stay tight, have a blessed week.